What's going on, everyone? Talen here with Talen Collects Figures, and we are back with another figure today, and we have this Yuna figure. So this is one that I kind of just randomly, again, picked up on eBay when I saw it was up for auction. I got it for a pretty good price, but the seller was not very good with their shipping, and the figure did get some damage during the shipping process, or at least some of the damage. There was already a little bit of damage in the photos that I saw from the auction, but not as much as when I received the figure. I picked up the figure for $45. That includes tax and shipping. She was released at a retail price of like $65 or $70 or something like that. Right now, she is a little pricier, so I can't find her for super cheap. She's usually a little more than $100 now if you want to get one in good condition. So that's why when I saw this one for $45 or whatever I paid after or before the shipping, I think I picked it like $30 and a $15 shipping or something like that. I thought that was a good deal, and I picked her up, and I was actually a little surprised at the size of this figure. I didn't realize it was a 1/6 scale, so it's a little bit bigger than the other figures that I have in my collection. So that was a little bit annoying, but I did find a place to put her. I do like the Final Fantasy series, so that's why I was happy to pick her up. She is the only character or the only figure I have of the Final Fantasy franchise right now. This is her Final Fantasy X-2 variant. The figure came out in 2004, early 2004, March of 2004 it looks like. So a bit of an older figure now, and this is actually one of their soft vinyl collections, and I didn't realize that either when I picked up the figure. So it is a different material than what I'm used to, at least from Kotobukiya, because this is actually a Kotobukiya figure as well. So if we go ahead and pick her up here, it's kind of got like that kind of like soft plastic or soft rubber kind of feeling to it. It is still a nice heavy figure, nice sturdy figure, so it's still high quality materials. I really do like this figure in terms of the paint job and the way it looks, but as you can probably tell, there is going to be some noticeable damage, and it's mainly down here on the feet. So as you can see for the boot, the paint has rubbed off there. Again, most of this damage was actually from shipping, because there was some chipping already here with the paint, but not as much. It was only just a couple spots, and you can see where that came from if you look at the base. So here's the base. He put this in the original box. So I do have the original box, but it didn't have any of the packing inserts, so none of the plastic the plastic innards of the box to put her in the innards to keep her secure. So basically he just had this, take off the base, we had the base, boom, we had her in the box like this, and in the shipping gets rattled all along, and that's where all these marks came from here on the stand, was rubbing off the paint, and then also on the back of the hair here, that was also hitting on the back of this. So kind of disappointing that he couldn't secure it a little bit better. I was pretty annoyed about that because this is avoidable damage, so I could have had her in a lot better condition if the seller had just secured her better in the packaging. So that could have been avoided, but overall, I mean, I'm still happy with the price that I paid. I'm thinking about maybe trying to touch up the boots there. I do have some black paint, but I don't know if it's the correct shade of black, so I could make it look a lot worse if I don't know about worse. This stands out. If you're looking at it from a distance, you can definitely see that a lot more, whereas if it's just an off shade of black compared to the original black, you might not notice that as much. So I might actually do that. We will see. But overall, the figure is still in good condition. Not great, but good, because there's not really any damage to the upper part except for the hair. There's a little bit here in terms of some paint transfer or rubbing off of the paint on the back of her hood, but overall, I can live with it, especially for the price, and I do have a nice place to display her. So a few things that of course I'm nitpicking about it, because the pictures were better than the product that I received. But, what you going to do about it? It is what it is, and I ended up keeping the figure, obviously, because I still have it here, so I didn't try to return it or anything like that. I could deal with these little bit of damages from shipping, but some, of course, buyers would be a little more picky about that, especially if they want their figures in pristine condition. Whereas this one, I knew it was going to be used. I knew there was going to be some issues with it. It's just there happened to be more issues than I was expecting. But overall, again, a nice figure, especially if you get her brand new or in, you know, actual like new condition. The figure feels good. It looks good. It is a bigger size, so if you do like the 1:6 scale, then this is definitely going to fit well for your collection here. I think she's one of the better done figures from their Final Fantasy collection, because they have 3 or 4 others, at least that I can remember off the top of my head, for their soft vinyl, and I don't think that the other ones look as good in terms of like the face, and I don't know, just the faces look a little off on some of the other ones, whereas this one, I think at least the face looks good, and it looks like Yuna, whereas the other ones, especially the Lulu, I'm not too happy with how the face looks on those. But I don't have those. I only have this one. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video. A nice short video showing off Yuna here. Hopefully I did enough close-ups of the figure. I think I was just showing off the damage. So let's get a few more rotations here, show off the figure in general. Again, looks pretty good. Yeah, so let me know if any of you guys are Final Fantasy fans, if you have any figures or statues from the Final Fantasy's line. Let me know what brands you have, what figures, if you like the quality of them, because I'm kind of interested in looking at some other Final Fantasy figures. Maybe it doesn't have to be Kotobukiya ones, because I kind of want to get a few of the other OG characters. Well, not OG. My favorite Final Fantasy was actually Final Fantasy X. That's the one I played the most of, and the one that I just really enjoyed the characters. I liked all the other ones, but I didn't play them as much, because I know like the Final Fantasy VII Remake, I still need to get into that actually, because I have that, but I haven't played it yet. So I need to get around to playing that, and that'll bring me back into Final Fantasy, because it was years and years and years ago since I've actually played any of their games. So I need to brush up and get back into the Final Fantasy universe and just, you know, get to know the characters again. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.